All right, 3, 2, 1. Hey, 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 hey. Hey. Shout out my girl KentheMann. Here we go. What we doing? My name is Big Ken, so I'm calling it boss. So big, I big. Make a move, it's like I'm trying to hide it. Yeah, I'm back. I'm so fucking gonna teach you how to ride a dick. Need a fucking real life. We on 1, 2, 3, and I talk with it. So we gonna play a sample of some shit. You might not know it, you might do. Either way, we just gonna share this moment, learn some shit, and then I'm gonna rap it. It's gonna be that simple. For the show, you. Good shot, my dog.
My word. Oh yeah, wherever it can fit.
She never heard it.
Thank you.
Oh, don't hear it.
Hi. I basically just wanted to change areas in the room. Hold on. We're very much still at the crib over there. So if you've made it this far, like, what's up? You can use this. No, there's no. You're not getting anything but gratification and feel like you get to know me. It's shit like that. But no. So funny story that happened directly after. Well, days after. Still in Art Basel though. So like it was either Thursday or Friday night. I still really can't remember. But I tried to go out. Oh no, I did go out and I went and met my Detroit shawty Erica. Shout out to you. For dinner. And while we're out at dinner, because we like changed our mind a couple times because we were walking around, Art Basel and dinner in Miami, it's a thing. So while we're doing that, I got told, like, this car not there no more. Like, don't know her. So I'm pissed and I can't show it. That was $250 that I didn't spend or plan on spending. Excuse me. But take it on the chin, whatever. Get the car. Get my baby back. Smoke a J to calm down. And then, as I was waiting for like moves or whatever, I was just getting anxious and I just ended up going home. Like, let me just go home, take a beat. I took a beat and was like, the next day is gonna be better. Got to be better. Okay. The next day was in fact not better. I met another Detroit friend at the Soho Beach House, and we had gone earlier that week, so I'm like, it was fine. And it's real cute in there, so vibe. But after we left there to go to Wynwood, I don't know what the fuck happened, but I got stuck in traffic in Wynwood for like 2 hours, and I was on psilocybin. If you know what that is, yeah. So my trip started when I got in traffic, and it's like pink and red and blue and purple lights just flashing everywhere. Cars not moving. You can't make lefts, so GPS is not really a thing. There's these big ass trucks with like the side of a TV on it, and they're blocking they're blocking the roadway. So I was just in my car, like, okay, like it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. My friends that I was meeting or had met at Soho House from the first like location had already gotten there, fucking parked, paid for my parking too. Shout out to them because that was so sweet. But I just couldn't even get there. I couldn't even get there. Like I couldn't even get there, and it was so crazy because in my mind, obviously, I'm thinking about like all this crazy stuff per usual. But it was intensified and maximized because I was on fucking set assignments at the wrong time. So I'm going through it, fucking crying. I had to put my glasses on because I was like, I'm not about to sit here in traffic on the main street of Wynwood and cry in my fishbowl of a Jeep, um, with no glasses on. Like, y'all don't need to see that. Mind your drunk business. So yeah, that happened, and then I quit. I said, fuck this. I'm done. I'm quit. I'm done. I'm out of here. I was like, I'm going home. It took me less than 5 minutes to get out of traffic to go home. If that's not saying that I needed to go home right then and right there, I don't know what the fuck else could have. Like, that made the most fucking sense to me. But, anyways. So that's after fucking the great concert that I got, free concert that I got to go to because of SoundCloud Next Wave. And then the rest of my week was kind of shitty, so I didn't get to see much art. I really didn't even try to see many more people than that because I just felt so defeated, and I was just like, this ain't life right now. Like, it can't be. It was. It absolutely 1,000% was. So I was tired, and I said, no, I don't feel good, so I can't come out. That's how we get out of that. But what I really want to get to talking to y'all about right now is motherfucking context, like context point, like period, because there are a lot of misconceptions about me and who I am because I moved recently. Technically recently, I've been in Miami for a year, but like as far as finding a solid community, and it's just been a lot. So I felt like this was probably to just make it easier and validate my own story for me too, because a lot of shit be fucking happening, dog. Like, and I can't make this shit up. I literally can't make this shit up. But first things first. Hi again. For like the 50th time, probably. I am Nerdy and Nadia, the curious engineer. But a lot of people think I'm from Detroit. I am not from Detroit. I am from 75 Hampton, Newport News, Virginia. I say both because I live in both. And if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. I'm trying to educate you. So there's that. And then I moved to North Carolina into the 910. But I didn't live in Fayetteville. I live in St. Paul. Don't come for me. I'm a little bit of a country bama. I know. I love it. And then for middle school, I moved to where I moved to? I moved to Maryland. I moved to Maryland then. And then I just stayed there until I graduated high school. My mom got remarried, so then we stayed, and I switched schools a little bit, well, quite a bit, I guess. But nah, moving and stuff. I'm a moving ass nigga, so like it don't even make me no never mind for real. So that's my like location and demographic type shit, but I've lived in every type of demographic. I love telling people about that because it gives me such like a more well-rounded view on life because I've lived in the hood, I lived in the country, I lived in the ghetto / project, I lived in the suburbs, I lived in the city, now I live on the beach. So like, you know, I think that's cool. I think that is so cool. Like, I feel like that's cool as fuck. But what else do you want to talk about? Oh, my pronouns are she, they. Um, Most people call me she, so I really don't care. I really don't care what you call me as a pronouns. I look like this. So once I've accepted that, like, you're gonna call me this. And that, honestly, that's kind of deep though, because, like, duh, my face looks like this and whatever. And I've pretty much always had this face. So I've learned to, like, kind of read people how they read me, because you see my face and there are some assumptions people have made about me and my life, my lived life. Um, just based off seeing this, and I'd be like, that's wild. You don't know me, but whatever. Type shit. That's another reason for making it. But we're just literally out here trying to figure it the fuck out. So, to give context to the past 6 months, honey, have been so fucking much. Like, okay, so in the past 6 months, let's just say July of 2022. Unfortunately, my grandmother passed away. Shout out to Granny. Love her so much, so very much. She is honestly actually in one of these pictures, probably. No, her picture's on this side. Um, but that was and is still hard, and I'm still trying to grow through that, you know. But yeah. So what else has happened? Um, I was working for an advertising agency um, down here in Miami, so that was cool. But some rocky stuff happened, and I no longer work for them. Um, that's fine. Still a-okay about that. So now I'm just like freelancing and creating. Honestly, you probably got here because you follow me on something, and if you follow me on something, you've pretty much seen what the fuck I've been doing, which is like a lot of nothing, but a little bit of stuff, right? So I just really wanted to like curate this area where I can just talk freely and ramble and like be myself. But no, also show y'all some shit that I do quite often, because I have so much like content, whatever, videos, pictures, even writings that I want to share with people much more. And I haven't, majority because that shit has terrified the fuck out of me. So I'm trying to not be so scared. I'm gonna try to not be so scared. So this is the first one so far, and I'll come back to this spot in a couple minutes if I feel like giving anything else up to you. But if not, obviously follow me, subscribe, share, and oh, peep me out on all the other socials, nerdy and naughty, or some variation of that, if there's a dot or not. But yeah, I really want y'all to know that my mom called. So the audio, the last however many minutes I was talking, correct, because technology, because technology. That's why. But I got into talking about the past 6 months, and I guess it's probably for a good reason that it cut out, because I was rambling and not really trying to tell y'all the truth. So since I'm gonna do it again, I might as well tell y'all more of like really what's been going on. So the past 6 months, life has been transformative, very transformative. So in July, unfortunately, my grandmother passed away, and that has been. I'm stressed smiling. I do this a lot, and I've only learned of this within the past year. When I'm stressed, I still smile in order to divert what your eyes see, so you can't see what I'm actually feeling. Make sense? Anyways, so that was cool. Um, but yeah, she passed away July 8th. Um, and then I flew in July, Virginia, 7-5. I tried to go back there. I flew there, like July 12th. Um, we had, I feel like most, black elders, y'all are hoarders. Like, So, with the influx of people that we foresaw coming to the house to pay their respects and, give love and comfort to my grandfather, get it out. Like, everything must go, and I also have to get, like, the things that I want to feel closer to my granny that I spent a lot of time with. A lot of my childhood was spent with my grandmother. Because my parents divorced, I spent summers with my dad. My dad was a workaholic at that time, so that meant I spent most of the time with my grandma. Um, and wow, man, just like the memories are still coming back. Like, and it still bewilders me, y'all. Like, she's really gone. Like, she's really gone. So, she's gone physically. She's only gone physically. So, like, so that's really hard. So back to the timeline. Okay, her birthday was July 19th. I think we buried her, July 18th. Um, it was hard, man. It was so hard. And I actually had to preside over the funeral. And that's by far the hardest thing I think I've ever done. And I've been through some shit. Like, so trying to so did that though, but that was hard, bro. So I had to preside over it, and my mom, oh, this was my dad's mom that passed. My mom came, obviously, and she sung a song for my grandmother. And then my dad preached, did the eulogy, because y'all, if you don't know, Black people's eulogies aren't story filled. They're usually a sermon. And you might get the chance to like say words, but I forgot to say that part. Like, I was following the thing because I also made the obituary, but that was really important to me. Like, I didn't feel stressed about doing that. I felt like that was something I needed to do in order to cope, because pictures is how I document and preserve and learn, right? And I actually got that from her. Like, because of her, all of the photo albums and books and Polaroids and all the cameras and all the art. Um, but yeah, I did that. That was hard. Oh, that was real hard. But then immediately afterwards, actually no, something that pissed me off. They closed the casket really quickly, and I don't know if that's new or if I was just, out of mind at the time or what, but they closed the casket so fast, like so fast, and I like ducked behind the podium, whatever it's called, and then but then directly after, everybody's processed out, and I'm about to get my shit and go. I was about to break down, and the pianist, which provided by the funeral home. We had it at the funeral home. In Hampton, no, in Newport News, sorry. He just came over and like held my hands like this and was like, "Her lineage is with you now," and like, nigga, what? Like, what do you mean by that? But also, thank you. But also, wow, wow, my grandma was so much. Like, my grandma was so much. And then going through all of her pictures and all this stuff, I found so much out about her, like that she did so much. She sang, she took pictures. All of the pictures, she's barely in them because she was taking the pictures. If that has not been the fucking story of my life, like in yearbooks in middle and high school, I wasn't in the pictures because I was taking the pictures. So it was just, whew, man, that was hard. And then after that, we drove down to North Carolina to Holliston, North Carolina, which I think is part of the, I don't know, it might be 252, it could be now. I really don't know. I don't know that part of North Carolina's area codes like that, cause so then we drove. It's like a 3-hour trip usually. There was standstill traffic, like with the hearse, and then my mom's car, and then my aunt's car, and then me and my cousin's car, and then family that's going, and all this stuff, like, stopped on the highway, on a country highway at that. So that was the last time we buried her. And then went to my great aunt's, the family land, for the repast and, to eat and all that good stuff. And then unfortunately, my grandfather's dementia has gotten worse too. So he kept forgetting that we just buried grandma. Because he kept wanting me or my dad or whoever to like call Bob and tell her that we're on the way home and we shouldn't be too late or whatever. We're about to get on the road. And as beautiful as that is, heartbreaking, because how do you tell this man that forgets a lot of things that the love of his life just died and we just buried her, like not even 5 minutes ago, like we just buried her. The food you're eating right now, you're eating it because we just buried her, type shit. It's a lot. It's a lot. Hoochale. Okay, but then after that, honestly, I just want to talk about grief now, like, cause it has consumed me. It's everywhere. It's like, I don't even know who I am and who I've been since that happened. Hey y'all. Oh wait, you changed the, you want it to be like there. Yeah, okay. I couldn't, I had a good cry, and I meditated, and then I went to go get on the treadmill for a half hour, and now I'm back, and I'm probably about to stretch and do like face and stuff, because shit's hard, and that's really all I got to say about that. Shit's really fucking hard, but doing this and doing a face routine, which I should probably let y'all see one day. I'll save that for another vlog. But moving in some type of capacity has helped me grieve most often, because naturally I want to tense up and cry and in like a ball in like the fetal position, right? Moving helps me to stretch everything that I would have kept tight, even though I wanted to cry. Even when I am crying, I'll move. And sometimes it's yoga. Sometimes, newly, it's on the treadmill. I've been trying Pilates. We're trying shit for sure. But I didn't want to leave y'all off with that little cliffhanger for real. But I really just came back to say like this. Breathe through it and just keep breathing through it, because that's the only thing that I'm sure of right now, is that as long as I keep breathing, things will be okay. But when I stop breathing, then I gotta restart and reorganize all the things I'm feeling. Because if I pay more attention to my breath, even catching it, chasing it, breathing slower, deeper, it allows me to have an extra second to detach from the things that I'm feeling. Not because they aren't real, extremely real, but because they're overwhelming. And I would let it all overwhelm me, and I'll get stuck boohooing for 35 days. And I'll get stuck on the couch, specifically, boohooing for 35 days. But now, I've even caught my breath. So now, probably gonna meditate, because I'm still feeling very sad and anxious, but at least I'm not attaching to it. So, I'll see y'all next time. We'll probably talk about face makeup or some other artsy shit. I don't know. But like, subscribe, share. Peep me on Instagram and TikTok. Maybe Twitter. I be acting up on Twitter, and y'all be sensitive. So, you know how that goes. So stay safe. Breathe. Bye.